Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Prayers by Queen Kunti. Shloka number 37. Api adyanastvam svakrite hitaprabho jihasasi svit suhrudo anujivinaha yesham nachanyad bhavata padambujad parayanam rajasu yojitam hasam. Word to word meaning. Api, if, adya, today, naha, us, tvam, you, swakrita, self-executed, ihita, all duties, Prabhu, O my Lord, jihasasi, giving up, swit, possibly, suhrudaha, intimate friends, anujivinaha, living at the mercy of, yesham, of whom, na, nor, cha, and, anyat, anyone else, bhavataha, your, padambujat, from the lotus feet, parayanam, dependent, rajasu, unto the kings, yojita, engaged in, amhasam, enmity. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today, though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us, now when all kings are at enmity with us? Okay. So we'll study the purport gradually. We'll offer the Mangalacharan pranams now. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this is a very nice section that we are studying, the prayers of Queen Kunti, and in continuation of the similar theme as the last shloka also, that here Kunti Maharani is mentioning that Krishna is about to leave now, and she is telling that we are completely dependent upon your mercy, and no one else is there to protect us, and especially now these other kings, like all the kings, all the people who were killed in the battle, so their relatives, they will all be like eager to, wage war against Pandavas, So it is not that all the problems are solved, and still the problems are there. So, towards the end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada clarifies this. So he tells that Srimati Kunti Devi therefore felt such a separation like a thunderbolt, and the whole prayer of Queen Kunti is to try to persuade the Lord to stay with him. It's not that abhi bhi problem hai solve karke jaiye. No, it's not like that. So it is more of that in some way or other, to keep Krishna back. So that's the this one. So it is not that she is looking for protection, or she is looking for some calm banana hai. No, it's not like that. So she is actually looking for the association of Krishna, and this is also one nice aspect, completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. So this is one of the aspects of Sharanagati, Rakshaishi iti Vishwasa, to have the feeling that Krishna is my real protector, and in any situation he will protect me. So this is a very nice feeling, and feeling dependent on the mercy of the Lord. So it's a very, very nice this one. So sometimes devotees get conflict in this particular concept, that we are meant to render service to Krishna, and we should not expect anything from him. So, and at the same time, feeling dependent, and considering the Lord to be the maintainer and supplier of oneself. How to adjust these two things. So one thing is whatever we are trying to do service to the Lord, so that also requires the Lord's support. Without the Lord giving us the energy, without Lord giving us the intelligence, without Lord giving us the sufficient materials, it is not possible for us to execute the service. And every living entity has to subsist itself. Everybody has to maintain themselves. And who is the maintainer? Maintainer is Krishna, Bharta. So he is the maintainer. So this is a simultaneous thing, that we should not expect anything for our own self, but at the same time, so we are maintained by the Lord. So there is some needs, basic needs of maintenance that is there, and that is, a devotee is completely confident. So these basic needs of maintenance are taken care by the Lord, right? So that is also one of the aspects of surrender, that is considering the Lord to be one's maintainer. So here, let's study the purport. The Pandavas are most fortunate because with all good luck, they were entirely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. In the material world, to be dependent on the mercy of someone else is utmost sign of misfortune. But in the case of our transcendental relation with the Lord, it is most fortunate case when we live completely dependent on the Lord. The material disease is due to thinking of becoming independent of everything. But the cruel material nature does not allow us to become independent. The false attempt to become independent of the stringent laws of nature is known as material advancement of experimental knowledge. The whole material world is moving on this false attempt of becoming independent of the laws of nature. Beginning from Ravana, who wanted to prepare a direct staircase to the planet of heaven, down to the present age, they are trying to overcome the laws of nature. They are trying now to approach distant planetary systems by electronic mechanical power. But the highest goal of human civilization is to work hard under the guidance of the Lord and become completely dependent on Him. Okay, so here one nice aspect that is mentioned is that in this material world, if somebody is dependent, so then he is not considered to be like a very great person, and in fact it's a sign of great misfortune. So if somebody is having self-sufficient or rich and opulent and things like that, so he is considered to be he has achieved something in life. In fact, in the 12th canto of Bhagavatam, it says that somebody is able to provide for himself and his family, is considered to be a great man. He is able to maintain his family nicely. So, here the dependence on the Lord is not something a misfortune. It's not. In fact, it is a greatest fortune. So anyways, whether somebody is dependent on the Lord, whether somebody is a devotee or not, so he is directly or indirectly, he is being supported by the Lord, he is being taken care of by the Lord. So if we can accept and acknowledge the fact, so then that is a great fortune. So being away from the fact is covered by illusion, right? So accepting and acknowledging the fact that the Lord is our maintainer. So even otherwise, materially, how are people maintained? So eko bahunam yuvidadati kaman. So one person, that Krishna, he is maintaining all the living entities. Even materially speaking, that's the case. And why not we accept and acknowledge that? Yes, Krishna is my maintainer, right? So and it's a very, very fortunate case, and to be completely dependent on him. So why it is considered to be very fortunate? It is something that is anyway happening. So every living entity is dependent on the Lord only. So if some living entity has wants to become a very rich man, so whether he knows or not, finally the Lord only has to bestow upon the richness upon him. So why is it that considered to be very fortunate? So being dependent on the Lord is a fact for both materialist and for the devotee. But to accept that I am dependent on the Lord, that is very, very fortunate. So is the next point that Srila Prabhupada is mentioning is so the living entities are constantly trying to become independent of everything. They are trying to become independent of the stringent laws of nature. And it is called advancement of experimental knowledge, material advancement, right? So this is what they are trying to do, and everybody wants to be independent, and they are trying their best. So but the fact is that everybody is dependent. Every living entity is dependent. So it is mentioned that the living entity is a dependent reality, and it has to be dependent either the internal potency of the Lord or external potency of the Lord. So it cannot be independent beyond these ones, right? So a dependent entity constantly trying to become independent, where it is theoretically, practically, in any ways it is not possible, so to be independent. So but then the living entity is trying. So that is the unfortunate situation. So not able to understand one's own position, not able to come to the reality. So that is the unfortunate position. So but the fortunate position is to come to the point that yes, I am a dependent entity and Lord is my maintainer, and there is no other source of maintenance, and that's the only way I can be maintained. So coming to that acceptance, that's a very, very fortunate position. So coming to that clarity and reality. So and here it is mentioned about how in the past, great demons like Ravana, so they wanted direct staircase to heavenly planets. So what is the problem in that? There is a natural, the laws of nature or the laws that Krishna has given. So you perform piety, you can go to the heavenly planets. No, but what did Ravana do? So he did not want to follow the rules set by the Lord. He wants to create his own, this one. So he wants to just create a staircase and he wants to go there and also facilitate other people also. So in this way, like social service, he's doing nice service, like everybody can go to heaven and enjoy. तो मैं खुद के लिए थोड़ी कर रहा हूँ. No, I am doing it for everybody's benefit. So, but then it is considered to be demoniac, to go against the laws of nature, right? And in the present day also, people are sending, different this ones to different planets. They try to approach, circumventing the like laws of Lord, and praying to the Lord and trying to circumvent the laws of the Lord. So that is like Kali Yuga version actually. Anyways, so Ravana also, like he had prayed to different demigods, and then he wanted to build the staircase. So this is demoniac. Trying to go against the laws of Lord is demoniac. So, and the highest. Okay. So the next point, the next subject that comes is, but the highest goal of human civilization is to work hard under the guidance of the Lord and become completely dependent on Him. So this reconciles the first problem that we discussed. That yes, we have to work hard with all the capacities that Krishna has given and still be dependent on the Lord. So like many times this question comes that if I have some capacity, how will I feel the dependence on the Lord? So it is not about having capacity or not. So it is a particular favor of the Lord. If we actually make advancement in Krishna consciousness, we will find ourselves dependent on the Lord actually. So it is not whether a person has so much of riches or not. Still he will be actually able to exhibit this particular quality. So for example, Yudhishthir, he had all the riches in his disposal, but he was dependent on the Lord. And sages like Shukadev Goswami and sadhus like that, they didn't have anything, but still they were dependent on the Lord. So it doesn't matter whether someone has something or not. So he can always be dependent on the Lord. It is only that he should be favored by the mercy of the Lord. So then he will have this one. Materially speaking, if somebody is deprived of his riches, so then he'll be in a very, very dependent situation. Like a beggar, he is constantly begging, I'm not having anything, please help me. So but then that's very nice, he's always dependent, so it is a nice quality, so which can be utilized in Krishna consciousness. So but then after he gets riches, if he is not able to maintain his quality of dependence, that means that dependence that he was having before is inspired by material nature. It is not inspired by Krishna. It does not come by the mercy of Krishna. So the dependence, the quality of dependence that comes by the mercy of Krishna, that will sustain, that will continue. So otherwise, if there is circumstantially some dependence has come because of I lack things, I don't have things, so then that kind of dependence will not last long. So here we see Prabhupada is giving the example. The Pandavas were the ideal executors of this standard of civilization. They really worked hard and they always depended on Krishna. So it is not that like Bhima, Arjuna and all these people, they were extraordinarily skillful and powerful and things like that. And they never thought that we have so much of skill, we will handle. What's the use of Krishna? They were not like that. So Duryodhana was like that. Duryodhana also was very, very skillful and powerful, and he was thinking that anyway I have power. Anyway I have Bhishma, I have Karna, and I have so many people. So what's the use of this Krishna? So it is of no use like that. So he was not dependent. He was dependent on his own powers and capacities. But then the Pandavas, they were also exceptionally qualified. So but then they were not dependent on their qualification. They always were dependent on Krishna. and simultaneously they utilized their qualification in the service of Krishna. Right? So undoubtedly they were completely dependent on the goodwill of Lord Sri Krishna, but they were not idle parasites of the Lord. No, they were not telling that ki, no, Lord is my maintainer, like no, jo hoga hoga, so I will not do any service. So it is not like that. No, they were fully engaged in the service of the Lord and still be dependent on the Lord. Right? So that is a very nice aspect. So they were all highly qualified, both by personal character and physical activities. Still they always looked for the mercy of the Lord, because they knew that every living being is dependent by constitutional position. So just now, we discussed on this point. So that every living entity, Tatastha Shakti, or any Shakti for that matter, it is dependent on the Lord. No? So material nature is dependent on the Lord, spiritual nature is dependent on the Lord, so everything is dependent on the Lord. Right? So he is the only independent person. No? Ekala Ishvara. No? He is the only independent person, and everyone else is his servants. No? Everyone else is dependent on the Supreme Lord. So, and like it is the constitutional position of the living entity. So the Lord may give certain qualifications and certain powers to the living entity. No, but if he is bewildered by that, and if he thinks that this is my own, so that is very childish. All of you might have seen children will be crying for some toy, and the moment the toy comes in the hand, this is mine. Even the father who brought the toy, he cannot also access it. Immediately it becomes mine. So that is childish. So, and that is ignorance. So like knowledge means to be grateful for whatever has been given, and like always keeping that acknowledgement that okay, this is given by the Lord. This is not my possession. So it is not something that I deserve. So it has been bestowed upon me. Right? So, and that understanding and that clarity is very, very amazing in the exalted devotees. So how much ever the Lord empowers them, they always are able to see that I am an insignificant living entity, powered by like the Lord. And anytime this power can be switched off also. So powered by the Lord, and they are always keeping their position as what they are. Like I am an insignificant living entity, and I have been empowered by the Lord to do certain things. So, but my position is that in same insignificance only. So, because the Lord is has empowered. So, and in the material world, what happens? Like why people get into depression? So, I was able to do so much, and now I am not able to do. So, depression. So, like this one devotees. So if they are able to do something nice, all glories to the Lord. And if they are not able to, ठीक है, भगवान बंद कर दिए. आप क्या कर सकते हैं? There is no depression. काम चलते रहेगा ना. So so my job is to render devotional service with whatever capacities Krishna has given. So if Krishna has given some capacity, I'll use. If he has withdrawn, it's okay. Still whatever he has given now. So with that, I will continue my service. So that's a very, very important this one. That's why the devotees who have made sufficient advancement in Krishna consciousness, so they don't get disturbed too much, by the ups and downs, of the world. And even Krishna's bestowing certain capacities and facilities. When it is bestowed, they are not disturbed. When it is removed, also they are not disturbed. Right? So the perfection of life, therefore, to become dependent on the will of the Lord instead of becoming falsely independent in the material world. Those who try to become falsely independent of the Lord are called anatha, or without any guardian. Whereas those who are completely dependent on the will of the Lord are called sanatha, and or those having someone to protect them. So always the Lord is there to protect. Always all the living entity is sanatha, but then a living entity becomes anath just by thinking that I don't have anybody to protect. Or just by thinking that like I am the master. I am the one like who's taking care of everything. So it is only by conception. It is only by illusion that he thinks that he is anatha. and he goes through the ordeal of being an anatha. So but then like every living entity has eternal master, that is the Supreme Lord. So the Lord, for the surrendered souls, the Lord actually directly takes care. And for those souls who doesn't want the protection of the Lord, who doesn't want the intervention of the Lord, so the Lord takes care of them through the illusory methodology. So therefore we must try to be sanata, so that we can always be protected from the unfavorable conditions of material existence. By the deluding power of external energy, external material nature, we forget that the material condition of life is most undesirable perplexity. The Bhagavad Gita therefore directs us that after many, many births, one fortunate person becomes aware of the fact that Vasudeva is all in all, and that the best way of leading one's life is to surrender unto him completely. So this Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanaman Mam Prapadyate. So like and such a person is called Mahatma. He's a very, very great soul. So it is not an ordinary thing to come to the consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So it is when you go out for book distribution, so you see many people, and then some people are very pious. They are able to understand like there is Lord is there, and we need to like practice some devotion, and we need to be guided by books like Bhagavad Gita and things like that. So they are they're amongst the ignorant people, like they are Mahatmas. So and still more those who are practicing, and still more those who have like crossed some level of advancement, and still more are perfected people, like who have made like considerable or tremendous advancement. So like that we should be able to appreciate that accepting Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, or coming to the point of rendering devotional service, these are all not ordinary things, not ordinary this one. So we should be able to appreciate that this is not going to come by any material permutation and combination. It is only by the grace of the Lord. Already somebody has been bestowed like some mercy of the Lord, so then we can actually pick them up and we can cultivate them further. So so like after many, many births, one who comes to the point of surrendering completely, he is a great Mahatma. All the members of Pandava family were Mahatmas in household life. Maharaj Yudhishthira was the head of these Mahatmas, and Queen Kunti Devi was the mother. So the lessons of Bhagavad Gita and all the Puranas, specifically the Bhagavad Purana, are therefore inevitably connected with the history of the Pandava Mahatmas. Right? So this is a very amazing, this one, giving an introduction to Kunti Maharani, like very nice way of introduction. So we are studying Kunti Maharani's prayer. So who is she? She is none other than the mother of 5 great Mahatmas. So it is not an ordinary thing. So all of them were extraordinarily endowed by the grace of the Lord, and still they were completely dependent on the Lord. And Kunti Devi, being a mother of such great personalities, she was also completely dependent on the Lord. And and that's one of the reasons now she is actually persuading the Lord to stay back. It is not that generally what happens is when demons actually, when they worship some personality, and when they get the desired benedictions, so then they will take it, and then they will say tata bye bye, main dekh lunga abhi. So like jo milna chahiye mil gaya, abhi sab kuch main dekh lunga. So now Kunti Devi, after getting all the riches, it is like kind of like complete control over the entire planet. That much of riches they have got, and after that she is telling that what is the use of all these riches. So if by getting this we will have to lose you, so then what's the point of all these things? So like for them the greatest riches is Krishna. So like that is a very amazing aspect. So in this way, like we can also try to do a particular way of sadhana, that no, really we don't mean, but at least we can theoretically we can say. So what is the use of no good book scores? No, what is the use of no good salary? What is the use of nice facilities and things like that if I cannot hear the names of the Lord? No, my real wealth no is the no audible chanting, no audibly no trying to hear the names of the Lord. So if I cannot do that, so then what's the point of no any other riches in my life, no any other good things in my life? So it is all of waste. So like if we can mean it, no, then it is very good. So that means we are already bestowed with a lot of grace of the Lord. So if we don't mean it also, so we can actually theoretically pray this, no? At least like no Kunti Maharani is mentioning this, the similar kind of this one we can have. And so more no, we consider that no Krishna's name to be the real rich, no real richness that we have. So over a period of time, no, by the grace of the Lord, no, we may actually be able to feel that no Krishna's names, the holy names are the real wealth no of us, and we can actually appreciate that. So they were all great Mahatmas, and what's the quality of these great Mahatmas? For them, separation from the Lord was just like separation of a fish from water. No, so this is the nice aspect. So all the miseries that a living entity is going through in this material world, it is just because of separation from the Lord. No, and the Pandavas, the great Mahatmas, they are able to exactly able to identify what is the problem, and all other living entities, no, they are not able to identify the exact problem. So no, they are able to clearly identify that no, like being separated from the Lord is like no as good as death. Srimati Kunti Devi therefore felt such separation like a thunderbolt, and the whole prayer of Queen Kunti is to try to persuade the Lord to stay with them. After the battle of Kurukshetra, although the inimical kings were killed, their sons and grandsons were still there to deal with the Pandavas. It is not only the Pandavas who were put into the condition of enmity, but all of us are always in such a condition. And the best way of living is to become completely dependent on the will of the Lord, and thereby overcome all difficulties of material existence. So this is one important aspect, the aspect of considering the Lord to be one's protector. So whenever there is difficulty in life, so we should be able to like pray to Krishna that the natural thing that comes is that okay, like now how will I handle this situation? So let that be there, but let us apply some philosophical this one also, that if there is some difficulty, so what is it that it is expected out of a sadhaka, a sincere sadhaka who wants to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. So he is supposed to execute the 6 angas of Sharanagati, and that is when he'll his bhajan becomes like proper. And one of the important angas that has been described here is about taking or considering the Lord my only protector. So and praying to the Lord that I am in a difficult situation, I don't know how to solve the situation, so but I want to sincerely take shelter of your holy names and sincerely take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam and your devotional service, and please protect me. So this is a very nice this one. So nice way of executing the Sangha of Sharanagati. So when we do this systematically, and it is not something that naturally going to happen like how the Pandavas are doing. So but as a sadhaka, we are expected to do this. So this is some things like there are some things that we are going to get at the culmination of sadhana, so as a perfection, and there are some things that we are expected to do. So this is something that we are expected to do, the 6 sanghas of Sharanagati. So it's something that we are expected to cultivate. So this cultivation is that whenever there is difficulty, we should try to take shelter of the Lord. And how do we evaluate? So as a sadhaka, we should actually put our chart and see are we doing the right thing? Because we want the right result. So if we want the right result, so then we need to do the right process. So whenever difficulty came, how did I react? Okay, like this time, I completely depended on myself. And the other time, probably little bit I took shelter of the Lord, and little bit I started praying. But then again, I completely depended on myself. So, but then how to actually overcome this? So then we pray to the Lord that only if I offer no, only if I chant with Sharanagati, no, then I'll be able to make progress. So now I'm not able to do this. No, I'm just thinking like whenever difficulty comes, the first thing I forget is chanting. You know? So how will I make any advancement? No. So then we pray to the Lord to help us. Help us follow this process. And when we follow the process nicely, so then our bhajan actually gives result. No, so this is we were trying to memorize one bhajan on this Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sharanagati prayer. So that is a nice line he actually mentions, that Shadanga Sharanagati hoibe jahar tahara prarthana sune Sri Nanda Kumar. What is the meaning? Huh?
Whoever takes the circle of the Lord,
Hmm?
Lord will get.
Huh. Shadanga Sharanagati hoibe jahar. Now whoever is following the 6 limbs of Sharanagati and Tahara Prarthana Shune Sri Nanda Kumar. So only his Prarthana, the Lord actually hears. So that is why devotional service coupled with the Sharanagati, is what is going to be heard by the Lord. It's what going to actually give us advancement. So without the Sharanagati, like it is like a leaky bucket. आप करते रहो, सब नीचे चला जाएगा. So it is very, very essential that this is, in fact, in the same bhajan, it is mentioned, Atyanta Durlabha Prema Koribare Dana, Shikaya Sharanagati Bhaktera Prana. So Atyanta Durlabha Prema, so like very, very rare commodity of Krishna Prem, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to distribute. And how is he distributing? Shikaya Sharanagati Bhaktera Prana. So he is teaching the process of Sharanagati, which is considered to be the life of the devotees, Bhaktera Prana. So like that. So this very nice aspect of one anga of Sharanagati, very nicely discussed today, and with nice example of the Pandavas, how they were nicely surrendered to the Lord. So in this way, we can understand this point, and then whatever we pray for, we will get it. If we pray to the Lord that I need to have this kind of consciousness, so then the Lord will bestow upon us, right? So in Krishna consciousness, everything goes by this. So we need to have desire, and we need to pray to the Lord, and the Lord is always ready to bestow that particular thing to us. So the acharyas are telling, and Srimad Bhagavatam is telling, and by the example of great Mahatmas, it has been shown. So this particular quality is very nice quality, and which attracts the Lord. And we need to aspire to get this quality, and we need to pray to the Lord to bestow upon us this particular quality. And the Lord is always eager to bestow blessings upon his devotees. Right? So I pause here. Any questions or comments you can take? Yes.
You mentioned that the devotees, advanced devotees, they don't get disturbed. I mean, the devotees should not get disturbed when, let's say, they are empowered to do something, and then they acknowledge that yes, it is empowerment by the Lord. And also when they are not able to do something, they also acknowledge that the Lord has sent off. So they don't get disturbed. But we see that whenever we are not able to do something, then disturbance also comes up. We should analyze also, think also that why am I not able to do it, or I have to get back on track, and again have to analyze what is where I'm going wrong. So how to understand this, the disturbance aspect, because if the disturbance is not there, then how a sartha will progress.
So in the initial stages, the evaluation and most of the things happens based on the result and the output. But then in the later stages also, evaluation is going to happen based on the result and the output. But the result that is seen over there is that, am I able to remember Krishna? How much Krishna conscious I am. So am I able to remember Krishna favorably and things like that. So if I am able to do that, that means result is good. result is going good. So, and if externally things are going bad, so an advanced person, no, he may not feel much. So, but in the initial stages, no, only thing that we can relate with is the external things. No, so then like we evaluate based on the external things. So, but then like as we make advancement, so the parameter that is checked is the remembrance of the Lord. So, how I'm Krishna conscious, no? How better I am in Krishna consciousness. So, if there is difficulty in chanting, so just like Haridas Thakur was telling, what is your problem? So, problem is like I'm not able to chant. So, because he's not telling that no problem is my body is not good, no. Like, and because of that, like, I'm not able to chant. No. So body can go anyway, like, but then I'm not able to chant. So that is the problem that he's able to see, right? So in that way, like in initial stages, like if you ask, like, no, what's the problem? Haan, thoda bimar ho gaya. And then, like, no, thoda bukar aa gaya, no, and things like that. So, but in the advanced stages, no, they are able to see that I'm not able to remember Krishna, no, constantly, or I'm not able to, like, do my prescribed number of rounds and things like that. So that is like, though their body is crippled, at that point in time, so they're not even considering, that particular aspect, so like that. So the essential aspect that they see is, how well they are doing in their Krishna consciousness. Right? Yeah.
Like how to get to that stage, to reach to that stage where we'll be able to remember Krishna?
This process, this bhajan, like if time permits towards the end, maybe another 15 minutes, we will try to sing this bhajan. I'll just, basically give a little explanation, and it's nice to, memorize this particular bhajan. And, my seniors were telling that this, if we do devotional service with, this 6 angas of Sharanagati, so then we steadily make progress in Krishna consciousness. So if there is any lack in the 6 angas of Sharanagati, so then our chanting or reading or hearing and all these things will not produce the desired result. So we will not make sufficient progress in Krishna consciousness. So like, and one argument I was having with my seniors, so I was mentioning that Krishna is a very unpredictable personality, so sometimes he gives, sometimes he doesn't give. So then the answer is that no, you can depend on Krishna. He is a predictable person. He has given a sadhana process and it works. So you can depend on him. So it is a very nice point that if we depend on Krishna, and especially the process of sadhana, so like if we depend on completely on the mercy of Krishna, that may be very difficult, but then the sadhana process that Krishna has given, so that is predictable and it works, and that the process of sadhana is so perform the angas of bhakti, along with the Sharanagati, so that is this one of thing. So by doing that, we constantly make advancement, and wherever there is, so now we can actually come to that question that how to actually analyze if you are not able to make sufficient progress. So that means there is some problem in this 6 limbs of Sharanagati. So if we fix that, and if we are indulging in Navavida Bhakti, and if we are practicing the 6 limbs, so then we must make advancement. So that's the point. Hare Krishna. Any other question? Yes, ma'am.
6 angas, whatever they are talking, once a devotee chants properly, this kind of qualities will default come to a devotee. Like he no need to desire it manually.
Chant properly means along with the 6.
Means these qualities we no need to forcefully do.
We have to do.
Automatically will come.
Mm-hmm. So that is one thing that also came up in one of our discussions. That now Sashimugapu was asking a question, that's a nice question, that when we do cultivation of the Krishna consciousness, there are many anarthas that are there, like pujala, pratishtha, and many different kinds of anarthas are there. So weeds, that we call. So these weeds, upashaka, that is mentioned. So when we do Shravanam Kirtanam, so the devotional creeper also grows, and these weeds also grows. Just like in a field, when we water, so if it's a paddy field, the paddy also grows, and if we don't remove the unwanted things, so that also grows. So then the question came that the chanting is devotional service. No, if we just chant, so like it should destroy all other unwanted things. So but then the answer that came was that no, chanting is not devotional service. Chanting coupled with the process of the Sharanagati. In the process of Sharanagati, one of the things is like rejecting things that are unfavorable and removing the weeds. No, that is also part of devotional service. And when we do that, so then the devotional service becomes complete and it provides result. Otherwise, just chanting, no, you will, good qualities also may increase and bad qualities also may increase. So like, because chanting alone is not devotional service. No, so chanting is one anga of bhakti, and this one, removing the like unwanted weeds. So that along with that is devotional service.
One who chants with he sees the rightness in the chanting and he gets the positivity towards it. Why the devotee will look over the negative things, or why such things?
He doesn't need to look over, automatically it will come.
Like if comes also, he will reject it, no? Because of that.
How he will do? Because the living entity is not the ultimate controller. He doesn't have the capacity to accept or reject.
But the mind control will come over after certain time of chanting. Control over the mind will come. That time
See, the process of devotional service is like this. So when we apply like that, it will work. So other experiments we can do. So definitely what is not authorized by the Acharya will not work. We can try. Without trying to remove the weeds, without trying to remove the weeds consciously, so it is not possible. No, that is why it is mentioned. We have to study the scriptures. We have to understand what things are favorable for Krishna consciousness. So we must adopt that, and what are unfavorable. So we have to diligently remove that. And removing also, there are process that is given. How to actually remove that. So when we do that, so especially the first 3 chapters of the Nectar of Instruction. So first 3 shlokas of Nectar of Instruction. So there, Srila Prabhupada nicely mentions, what all the unfavorable things that are there and how to actually remove them. So like those things have to be followed. So when we follow them, so then the chanting gives desired result. So even that also, like when it is there, so we ultimately go to Krishna only to pray. So but we need to have specific desire to remove that. That is when it gets removed. So that's the general sadhana process. Apart from that, there is a process of Krishna's mercy. So that is Kripa Siddhi, it is called, and it is it's quite dynamic. Like you may get it, you may not get it. But sadhana process is definitely you will get it. For sure you will get it, like that.
My just doubt was like such things will come, but we will not give such importance, or we will pray to remove such things.
So there is one example of Saubari Muni. He was engaged in nice meditation on the Lord. So, but then at some point in time, like he was attacked by some material thoughts, and he had to give up this one. Right. So, like when we do devotional service as it is recommended, so then we get the guaranteed protection. So otherwise, we don't get the guaranteed protection. Like that. Any other questions? Yes, Paul.
So my question is regarding seeing the hand of Krishna in every situation. So as you told, when we get into some trouble, so we should pray to Krishna to get rid of that problem, so that we can do our bhakti nicely. And or should we try to see Krishna's hand in the problems also? But because whenever we are getting into a problem, can we think this way that this is happening because it is Krishna's will?
So it depends on devotee to devotee. What thing that he's, like how much advancement he has made and how much he'll be able to tolerate. If he's able to tolerate the problem, So then, okay, like he can see the lessons and he can move on. So, but if he is not able to tolerate, anyway, he is going to use some material means to solve it. So then, like, why not we take shelter of Krishna? So if the problem is intolerable, so then what will you do? So that time, like, at least, no, we should take shelter of Krishna. So the practice of taking shelter of Krishna should start. So, like, in small problems, maybe like you're able to take lessons and go on. And if there is some really big problem that comes, which is just shaking you up like anything, so then what will you do? So then, we need to take shelter of Krishna. So this is, all of them are taking shelter of Krishna. Even seeing hand of Krishna is also taking shelter of Krishna, and seeking support from Krishna to get over the problem. So that is also taking shelter of Krishna, right? So like that. So there are different ways in which we can actually take shelter of Krishna, and it depends, which which aspect that you are going to execute there, which bona fide aspect that you are going to execute there. So it depends on your advancement and your your understanding of Krishna consciousness, your clarity of sambandha, and all these things matters, like how you are going to react. So, but at least one of the bona fide ways you should react.
Sadhana Siddhi and Kripa Siddhi, that you told that Kripa Siddhi is very dynamic. Sadhana Siddhi, we can be successful in sadhana. But again, I heard somewhere that sadhana Siddhi might take few lifetimes.
No, it's okay. You see, in sadhana siddhi also there is mercy of the Lord is there, but then we are also trying to do certain steps which has been asked of us. So we are trying to do those steps, and then we are trying to move towards the Lord. So it's okay. Like even in sadhana also, like you can go in one lifetime if the intensity of sadhana is of that nature. And the acharyas have come to teach us sadhana bhakti. So not Kripa Siddhi cannot be practiced. That is a big problem. Huh? No, it isn't. See, mercy of the Lord is, without mercy of the Lord, sadhana also doesn't work. And without sadhana, just simply, Kripa Siddhi means like it is Lord's choice. किसी को ऊपर लगा के लेके चला गया. वो हमारा choice नहीं है. You cannot aim for it. That is a problem.
Spiritual master recommends.
Why he will recommend?
I mean, if he is pleased for us.
So that's sadhana. It's based on your activities. He is pleased with you. And he is showering mercy upon you. So in sadhana also 50% is, more than 50% is mercy only. So but then Kripa Siddhi, what we generally call is like the Lord, out of nowhere, like he just gives mercy and takes, like Putana. So she didn't do any sadhana. कभी माला पकड़ा नहीं, कभी मंगलाती आया नहीं, कुछ नहीं किया, प्रसाद भी नहीं लिया, नाराभक्ष कर रहे थे, and she got the mercy of the Lord. So that is Kripa Siddhi, and she never tried for it. So that is Kripa Siddhi. So like this sadhana means, like in that also good component is mercy only. But then we are trying to follow the steps which are given by the Lord. So here also we are seeing the mercy of the Lord. The steps that he has given, that is mercy of the Lord. And like by following those steps, accepting the spiritual master, following his instructions, all the 64 angas of bhakti. So by following that, so we are able to, like that steps, revelation of those steps itself is mercy of the Lord. तो उससे ज़्यादा लाइक और मर्सी दो बोलेंगे लाइक भगवान बोलेंगे इतना दिया वही बड़ी बात है उसको फॉलो करो पहले so we cannot become too आलसी also so we have to know like whatever is given by the Lord, so we just follow, and that's mercy of the Lord. In general path is that, so like devotees accept that the steps given by the Lord.
So you are mentioning about like 6 stages of Sharanagati. So first to accept.
Not stages.
6 symptoms.
6 angas.
Angas.
Hmm.
So first 2 is like accepting and rejecting the favorable and unfavorable patterns. So when it comes to the next things like feeling dependency and maintenance, so many of these things are not in our hand, like completely not in our hand.
So I was telling na how to make it as a sadhana, like trying to analyze that in the past how did I react in difficult situations. So in difficult situations I was not taking shelter of the Lord, rather I was reducing the rounds, or I was trying to do something else. So then I'm not following this particular anga of Sharanagati. So now, like, we can actually pray to the Lord that this particular thing is my weakness. No, it is not going to allow me to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. So please help me, to do this particular anga, like that. So here also, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur also actually singing that please teach me this angas of Sharanagati. And he's praying to Krishna. No, you have already given a path to go back to Godhead. No, you have already given a path to access this, the greatest treasure that is Krishna Prem, and the path is Sharanagati. But I am so fallen that I am not able to do that. So please help me do those process. Like that. He's approaching. So in that way, we should analyze and we should try to, cultivate that particular habit. Like that. So this is a part of sadhana. So this we should not misidentify as something that is only to be achieved in perfection. So definitely we'll achieve in perfection. So but then even during the sadhana, this is expected to be done. Like that.
In that way, when Lord is pleased, then He will bestow those.
Yeah. So even the process, we need the support of the Lord. So you just imagine Samudra Manthan pastime. So what is the goal? To get nectar. So only Lord can give. And what is the process? Take the Mandara mountain. They could not able to do. Lord only has to do that. And get Vasuki, that also Lord only has to do. And churning, wo bhi kar nahi pa rahe the. That also Lord only has to do. Right? So, like, it is not that only the goal the Lord is going to give. Even the process, to perform the process, even every step, we need the help of the Lord. So that is the way it is. And they got the process from the Lord, and they got the assistance of the Lord while executing the process, and by the grace of the Lord they got the goal. So that is the way it is going to work. So it is not that now Lord has given the process, I will do it and I will get the goal. No. So it is not going to happen like that. So even for the process, we are going to be dependent on the Lord. So like that. Okay. Yes,
Can you share some examples how do I practice Sharanagati?
This Pandavas.
Other examples, because a lot of times we have considered that what is my duty in this. Like sometimes we may be seeking directly solution, sometimes we can be.
Okay, like some duties. Let's come to the duties. To execute the first two things nicely. What is favorable and unfavorable? How we can do this thing? Any practical tips? Following 4 relative principles.
Keeping ourselves in association of devotees.
Keeping ourselves in association of devotees. Huh? Specifically Shravanam, and specifically like reading, and hearing. So in the view of understanding, what Krishna likes and what Krishna doesn't like. I want to understand this. Why? Because whatever Krishna likes, I want to follow, and whatever Krishna doesn't like, I want to reject. And still more clearly, whatever the Acharya has given us, Srila Prabhupada has given us, this is what is favorable, and this is what has to be done. We must be eager to follow that. And whatever we are not whatever that is not bhakti pratikul, is there. So that needs to be given up. So for that, the scriptures actually reveal things to us. And this is, I was just seeing in this, all of you have this Vaishnava songs, this one, no? App. So in that, if you go to this book section, the second this one book section. So in that all the books comes, and in that Sharanagati comes. So in the Sharanagati there is one introduction prayer, and for Dainya, humility, there is 7 bhajans that Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given. And Atma Nivedana, there is 8 bhajans that Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given. All possible practical things, he has given. And if we just go through these bhajans and its meanings, we will be able to understand how practical is this process. And for example, Bhakti Pratikul Bhava Varjanangikara. For that, so sorry, there are many bhajans that we may know already. So this Manasa Deha Geho, that comes in Atma Nivedana. So, and then, so many nice bhajans that are there in this. So in this, some very practical aspects, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has covered, for Aam Aadmi. So he is covered nicely. So from there we can actually take it. So whatever is favorable, whatever is unfavorable, all of them, very nicely he is covered. All the 6 sanghas are nicely covered in this. It's in this prayers.
Any example of particular devotee, how he is reacting in a difficult situation?
Okay, how he is reacting in difficult situation. So we can see our senior sannyasis of the movement, how they are doing, things like that. So they all have started. I heard one nice example is given in the book Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani by Shivaram Maharaj. So how an ISKCON devotee, he came as an ordinary soul and he made progress, not taking the name, Maharaj has described the whole this one. And then he even went on to the practice of the higher stages of bhakti. So how, that whole book was it gives the illumination on the path of devotional service, and also it gives how practically an ISKCON devotee also makes advancement and he can also go back to Godhead. क्योंकि काफी बार ये प्रोपोगंडा हो जाता है कि ISKCON में आप लोग सब बहुत है ना बेसिक्स कर रहे हैं इसमें कुछ ज़्यादा कुछ ये नहीं है ना. So that's why I had requested Karthik also to make that video on that Gaudiya Math logo. So the sadhana of this one, so it's not that Vidhi Marga, the general contention of these people are, if you are just doing rules-based devotional service, you are going to go to Vaikuntha only, and that is true. If you only do Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, you are going to go to Vaikuntha only. So you need to have Raganuga Sadhana, for going to the Goloka Vrindavan. So in this logo, it is very nicely mentioned, the Ragamar, the study of Srimad Bhagavatam, performance of Kirtan and distribution of books. So book distribution is a Ragamar sadhana. And how are we getting this idea? It is designed. It is part of the logo designed by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is a Manjari, who is a resident of Goloka Vrindavan. And from there we are getting this information. Somebody who is coming from there and telling no, आप book distribute करो, back to God जाएंगे, और क्या tension है, करते रहेंगे मरने तक, so like that. So and so this thing, we can actually, second section of Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani, that progression that comes, that is very nice. Even the Brihat Bhagavatamrita, the Gopakumar's journey and the other Narada's journey. Narada's journey but the Gopakumar's journey is quite nice. So how from a sadhaka level, he is actually going to the perfection level and things like that. So nicely that thing is traced in that particular story. So there also we can take from this one. Even Narad Muni's previous life, that also is quite a nice thing. How from Kacha devotee to Pakka devotee he becomes, and things like that. Mm-hmm.
Pandavas, to which point they became Krishna conscious? From very birth or?
So Pandavas are considered to be the eternal associates of the Lord in the material world. So they constantly are in the or in Krishna consciousness. They are kind of siddhas, who are assisting the Lord's pastimes, in the material world. So they always know they are in this one. Sometimes when the Lord wants, He puts them in illusion, teaches something, and then again they back to normal, like that. Okay. So we will do that bhajan. All of you can take this introduction bhajan. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Daya Kori. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Daya Kori Swaparshada Sviya Dhama Saha Avatari. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Daya Kori Swaparshada Sviya Dhama Saha Avatari. Atyanta Durlabha Prema Koribare Dana Shikaya Sharanagati Bhaktera Parana. Atyanta Durlabha Prema Koribare Dana Shikaya Sharanagati Bhaktera Parana. Dainya Atmani Vedana Gotra Vivarana Avasharakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana. Danya Atmani Vedana Gotra Devana Avasharakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana. Bhakti Anukula Matra Karyera Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Varjanangikara. Bhakti Anukula Matra Karyera Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Varjanangikara. Shadanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahara Tahara Prarthana Shune Srinanda Kumara. Shadanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahara Tahara Prarthana Shune Srinanda Kumara. Rupa Sanatana Pade Dante Trinagori Bhakti Vinoda Pade Duha Pagadori. Rupa Sanatana Pade Dante Trinagori Bhakti Vinoda Pade Duha Pagadori. Kandi Amito Adama Shikaya Sharanagati Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Tori Swapasada Sriya Dhamma Saha Avatari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Tori Swapasada Sriya Atyanta durlabha prema koribare dana shikaya sharanagati bhaktera parana Atyanta durlabha prema koribare dana Atyanta durlabha prema koribare dana shikaya sharanagati bhaktera parana Atyanta durlabha prema koribare dana shikaya sharanagati The meaning is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Daya Kori. So by out of great mercy for the conditioned souls, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come. So he has come with his Swaparshada, with his associates and his own Dhamma and with his own abode and the associates he has come. And why he has come? What is the great mercy that he has to bestow upon the living entities? He is going to give prema, Krishna prema, atyant durlabha prema, koribare dana. So he has come to give this great, the rarest thing, that is Krishna prema. And how is he going to give? So he is going to give by teaching the process of Sharanagati, and that is the life of the devotees. And what is this process of Sharanagati? In the next two shlokas it is mentioned. Dainya, humility, Atma Nivedana, completely offering oneself in the service of the Lord. And Goptatorana, that is having the faith that Krishna is the maintainer. And Avashya Rakshibe Krishna, Vishwashapalana, so that is having the faith that Krishna is my protector. And then Bhakti Anukula Matra Karya Rasvikara, so just accepting only things that are favorable to Krishna, and then only the things that are favorable to execution of bhakti, and rejecting those things which are unfavorable for bhakti. So that is bhakti pratikula bhava varjanangikara. And then Shadanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahar Tahara Prarthana Shune Shri Nandakumar, so that we discussed. So Krishna actually hears the prayers of the devotees who follows, who actually executes the sixfold Sharanagati. And Rupa Sanatana Pade Dante Trina Kori, so out of great humility, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is falling at the feet of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, and then he is clasping their lotus feet and depending upon them for the mercy. And what is that mercy that he wants from them? Crying incessantly, Kandiya Kandiya, Bole Amito Adama. So I am a Adama, and please make me Uttama by teaching this process of Sharanagati. So Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to distribute this prema through this process. So, and I don't know how to execute this process. And taking shelter of the acharyas, taking shelter of the spiritual master. So to learn, this process of Sharanagati. So this is the nice bhajan. So devotees can memorize this. It's a very, when I first heard about this bhajan, it was very attractive. So it is nice to memorize and remember, these aspects. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavind ki jai. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much for such a wonderful description on Sharanagati. Sharanagati is not enough. It should be coupled with Sharanagati, 6 aspects of Sharanagati, with various examples.